Hey everybody, I'm Recycled and welcome back to Let's Play Elite Dangerous Horizons, a complete engineering playthrough. We're here in space. Let's get to our cockpit. Okay, and if I look at my engineer's panel, I can see that I'm finally in the situation where I only really have one choice what to do, because look who's left over, and these are all the people we pinned. They're already fully unlocked. She is in Colonia. He's in Colonia. She is a carbon copy. We don't need to see her. He wants us to do combat. She's in Colonia. She wants us to mine 500 tons of ore. Oh my goodness. He's in Colonia. He wants us to fight. She wants us to fight. And that's everyone we know. So the only thing we can do besides going to Colonia is mine a bunch of ore, because we don't have enough money to really go fighting right now, and I want the ultimate killing machine. That's going to cost a lot of money. In fact, it's going to cost so much money, I did some math and found out if I used my Crate Phantom to go mining for void opals, I would need to pull 4 full trips of getting and selling void opals to satisfy this requirement and be able to afford my fully kitted out Fer de Lance. So what I decided to do is actually use my Type 9, and we'll go and get some painite. We can get it all done in one big journey. Can we not use the cone boost? There's just not one on the way. And our ship jumps pretty good. It used to jump a little better, didn't it? But it used to have less weapons. These are very light, but not entirely light. I guess that's 1.8 tons of stuff weighing us down. But like I've said, the concept for this ship is kind of dumb. It's able to fight, but it's not good at it. Realistically, oh my goodness, my my sticks are drifting. That's not good. How to boost the dead zone by a 1/100th of a pixel, or whatever you call it. And you know what else is silly? I found out I actually didn't want this power plant. Yeah, I realized what I wanted to do with my Fer de Lance, heat is going to be a big deal. And actually, I'm better off with the Fer de Lance's shield is so strong anyway. I'm just going to use a more thermally aware power plant that is low emissions power plant, and although it doesn't put out as much power, it's enough for us to get by. Yeah, it drifts down a little bit. I gotta fix that. It really drifts down. Yeah, and we're still eligible. If I wanted to buy some more pacifiers, I could do it right now, but I don't. I may want some more pacifiers later, but I just don't know. We got them just sitting in storage now. I don't know how many chips I want to make with this account. I mean, if I wanted the ultimate killing machine that wasn't the Fer de Lance, it'd probably be like a Federal Corvette. I kind of want to build a Federal gunship as well. They're pretty good. Yeah, I know I said before the Federal, what's it called? The FAS, the assault ship, that one is the most good at combat because it's so maneuverable. But really, the gunship is great. Whee! The gunship's great because it's got so much DACA. Oh my god, we got our butts kicked. Alright, so as I've said, we want our Type 9. It was set up for cargo, but it could do some mining too. Just gotta change the equipment out. Fortunately, since we're here at Jameson Memorial Station, they have everything in stock. Full stop. There's nothing we can't buy here. So as long as I can get what I need with this much money, and I'm sure I can, then we'll be on our way. So for mining, laser mining that is, we're gonna need mining lasers and maybe some subsurface deposit launchers just in case we find some. Yeah, we want mining tools, subsurface displacement missiles, although primarily I'm just going after asteroids to knock the ore off the surface. It's possible we might find some subsurface deposits. Heck, I might even find some deep core asteroids, but I won't be able to do anything about those. For deep core you need 2 guns, an abrasion blaster and a seismic charge launcher, but we're going all in for the surface mining. These mining lasers take a lot of energy. I don't know if I'll really be able to shoot all these lasers the whole time. Realistically, if I wanted to be the best miner I can, I would upgrade the energy distributor. There's no engineering that goes on these mining things. Let's see, what kind of distributor do we have? An undersized one. Well, that won't do. Give me the biggest, bestest distributor you got. And since that's a generic distributor, even though it was it'd be good to have just to remind us what we used to have, but it's not that important. Otherwise, this equipment seems okay. I made a blueprint for this ship. Let me just check it quickly. Nope, I want a big power plant. It costs money. Alright, 2 big cargo racks, a Mondo Olympic controller. Normally, you probably wouldn't want to use up all this space just for Olympic controller, but our options are limited. Group 5. Yeah, that's the right one. 2 smaller Olympic controllers. Our money problems are going to be behind us. A refinery and a scanner so we can find the hot spots. We got paid for that exchange. And don't forget the prospector. Always get A-rated prospectors or you'll get less ore. So, can we do any engineering? If I wanted to do engineering, I'd want to do, well, FSD for sure. We can do a little bit of that. My precious phosphorus. I just never have enough. It's tier 1. It's not hard to get. Yeah, we've never been to the crystal planets. Otherwise, we'd have tons of raws. Oh, and it's the first ingredient needed for lightweight mods. Darn it. Thermal resistant wouldn't help us that much. If anything, one more capacity with fast charge, probably. And anything that gets us going faster will be a big help. Thruster upgrades not only make your ship faster in a straight line, they also help with maneuvering, which the Type 9 needs badly. Really badly. Good thing we had some materials on hand. But that's all we get. And we need the biggest, bestest distributor there is to keep our mining lasers shooting. But once again, we ran out of these common materials, and that stopped us dead in our tracks. Otherwise, we'd have gotten much farther. But I'm not too fussed about it. Let's make sure we're full of ammo. What are we missing? Oh yeah, don't fill me with limpets. But how many limpets do we need? Well, normally I'd say you need about half of your capacity full of limpets. However, it depends how many limpets you're using. Realistically, it kind of varies all the time. You just have to experiment. You can always eject limpets if you have too many. Of course, you don't want to run out, and they're not very expensive. So feel free to litter space with a bunch of unused limpets. They'll detonate and be out of everyone's way. If you eject them, no problem. So there's a certain place I want to go to get painite. It's a place that's been mapped. Mapped meaning some nice person made a map for the rest of us to follow, and we can all mine the same asteroids. From your perspective, in one place in the ring, you can find the very best asteroid to mine next. That's what mapping is. So instead of just randomly wandering around and probing all the rocks for ore, you can be more efficient and go after the very best rock every time. But to follow a map, basically have to run 2 windows at a time. So hopefully the last patch didn't do anything crazy, but gotta check the notes. We have to head to HIP 21991, double painite hotspot. Oh boy, pretty far away. We don't have enough fuel. Uh-oh. Is there anywhere we can stop for fuel on the way? Filtered by civilization. Yeah, there's civilization on the way. We'll stop here. Just so I don't forget, we'll set it as our destination. Let's be on our way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait for me, Type 9. He's not waiting. Dang it. Well, I can't help it. There's a fucking Type 9 coming in. Are you kidding me? Because I started leaving and then didn't? Man, screw you. I can't deal with this. There's no time for 2 Type 9s to decide who gets to be in the station. Okay, well, if you start leaving, you gotta commit. You can't enter the mail slot and then back out. Okay, so now we have a fine from the Pilots Federation. Hey, you know what? I thought we were friends, but apparently you're a complete asshole. I don't want into your station. I don't want anything. I just want to go on my way. Jeez. Well, that's one way to get your big fat butt out of the station. Just act like you're leaving, then relog. As long as you had that permission to leave, it'll kick you out. With a Type 9, it's not trivial. It's so big, it can barely fit through the mail slot. If there's any traffic at all, it might be a huge problem. Yeah, if we had some extra space in these internal slots, I could take a fuel scoop, but we didn't. It would sure make traveling a lot easier. Yeah, big stupid Type 9s are great when you're the pilot, if you can get used to the sloppy handling. Sure sucks when you have to get out of the way of some NPCs though. It's like they always say, yield to larger vessels. Well, what if we're both large vessels? Just because he started moving in first, he gets to go? What if there was a fire? You can't block the only exit. Stupid Type 9. I was already in the slot. You gotta yield to me. He's a mile away. Just because he's pointing at the thing and moving in this direction doesn't mean he has the right of way. That's just dumb. But it's the AI. It doesn't care about my feelings. It doesn't care about logic. Actually, the AI can't really see players unless you get close enough that you're in danger of colliding. They don't even acknowledge your existence. They'll just go on their merry way, making their traffic maneuvers, even if it makes you collide. And they certainly don't care that I already started leaving the slot and I'll get in trouble if I back up. Nope, they don't care at all. If that does happen to you, by the way, you had better relog. If you can't get out the slot within about 10 seconds, they'll blow you up, and you'll be paying the rebuy. Also, since you committed a crime by sticking around, you might end up in prison. Wow, these stars suck. We can afford the rebuy, but it wouldn't help anything. Yeah, we're gonna have to stop and refuel on the way to the mines, and probably again on the way to sell, since they redid how mining works. I guess demand is working properly, finally. Not that it helps anyone trying to get rich, but we'll do what we can. The important thing to Selene Jean is that we just refine the ore. She doesn't care how much we made. And mining with the Type 9 is a real slog. If I could help it, I would use a more nimble ship, like an Anaconda. Anacondas are deceptively nimble considering their big size, and they weigh only 400 tons. That's the same as a Crate Phantom, but they're large ships. They have a lot more room. It's kind of a cheat. If I recall correctly, Anaconda was the first ship that was added to the game, back when it was in, what, Alpha? Something like that. Okay, into the line. We gotta refuel, so we'll be taking it in. Actually, a docking computer would be kind of handy with this ship, because then it would get the NPCs to stay out of our way. When you're being controlled by a docking computer, you're basically an AI ship, so then the other AI ships can acknowledge your presence, for once. Of course, the docking computer's kind of crazy. You better have good shields. They can be a little bit skittish when it comes to staying out of the way of other traffic. They might bash you into the wall. They might do it over and over again. Yeah, they might get you destroyed. It's happened before. Just keep an eye on the thing and be ready to turn it off if it starts misbehaving. Of course, we didn't put one on this ship, so we got to fly it in manually. Impact warning. Dang it. It'll take us forever to get turned around on this boat. What are you doing around this big old planet anyway? Looks like a gas giant. That's the clockwise side. I gotta go to the other side. Yeah, whichever way the station is rotating counterclockwise, that's where the entrance always is. Accommodate traffic? I got shields. I don't care about traffic. Stay out of my way. Well, but the traffic beat us there. Well, be quick about it, will you? Yeah, my Type 9 is huge, so it's always a bit of a chore around stations. Let's get that fuel and punch in our navigation. Looks like we'll make it. And they can fuel us up there if we need to also. There's a ton of traffic waiting to leave, but if we act quickly, we can cut in front of them. Yep, screw the other traffic. You guys are randomly generated. I got actual plans. The big distributor lets us boost a lot, and we need it. We can't even reach 300 meters per second. Yeah, getting void opals is my preference when I just need a little bit of money, but Selene Jean wants us to get so much ore, it'll just be more efficient, I think, getting all of it all at once. We have about 576 tons of capacity. Well, wait, cargo capacity? What? That's wrong. Yeah, in which space, hardly anything even works. 576 tons, exactly. Hey, I remembered. Nice. So, if I was really paranoid, I would fill up with fuel before we started mining. But, I'm gonna take my chances, so hopefully we don't run out of fuel in the ring. This is the one. When following a map, it's very important. You have to find the next asteroid in the map. If you screw up and find the wrong asteroid, or get lost at any time, you can't follow the rest of the map. Of course, you can just shoot any asteroids you want, fill up that way. But considering the efficiency provided by following the map, it'll definitely take longer. To get full, that is. And we're gonna need our discovery scanner and our DSS. And let's see here. When I'm in the ring, I'm gonna use prospectors to find which rock is which. And then when I find the rock, I'm going to nail it with my lasers and shoot out my collectors on the same group. But if we happen to find a subsurface deposit, let's see, I'll use either of them and my prospectors will still be available. Looks good. Yeah, flying a Type 9 is kind of tricky. Well, it's tricky anyway, but basically, the problem with Type 9s, the problem is, when you're full of valuable ore, undoubtedly, you'll get interdicted. And it can be pretty tricky to sneak away from the ships interdicting you. The minigame's pretty hard to win, and Type 9, it doesn't have very much maneuverability. Most of the time, you can do it. Alright, let's get this ring. But sometimes, I've been known to fail. The more maneuverable your ship is, the easier it is to win the minigame. But, just a single? Really? Did they redo all the... Uh-oh. Oh no. Really? Well, that's terrible. At some point, it appears, they redid all the things. Mining tool. Give me mining tool. Something must have been updated since they reshuffled everything. After the January 14th update, there's more variability. Well, what about... Okay, well, I will. I am in HIP 21 991. And I'm looking for darn painite. Oh no, all the overlaps changed. My map is no good. Yeah, well, I'll see if there's a map. Alright, well, that throws my plans out the window. In that case, we will just have to shoot random rocks. Ugh. Can we really get fuel there? Yes, we can. Wait, Boondar? Really? Oh no, we're going to this place. Well, we can get some fuel in Boondar before we go. Okay. Yep, everything's all screwed up. They changed all the things. Bet we can get some extra graphical fidelity since, I won't be playing in a window anymore. Welcome back to Sharpland. Since I don't have to look at another window to follow a map, we can use the whole screen. Well, that's annoying. I guess if there is any map, it'd be after the January 14th update. But I don't know about any. Whoa, come on, stupid ship. Yeah, you don't take any damage from overheating unless you go over 100. So if you can catch it in time, you won't take any damage. Mapping was never an option with deep core mining. You would just fly in any which direction. Wow. For such a crappy star, it sure is big. What do you call this? But I am selecting it. It's a Class L dwarf. Almost a scoopable, but not quite. Yeah, if that Class L dwarf is lucky, maybe it could get some more fusible material from a gas giant or something that wandered too close. They would start fusion. It must be the dream of every Class L dwarf. One day, they'll fuse hydrogen into helium, like a Class M dwarf. Yeah, it would have been a great idea to fully upgrade our frameshift drive before we left, but I guess I was kind of in a hurry. Of course, you get better fuel mileage by doing short jumps, but with a more efficient frameshift drive, maybe that's not really true. The more powerful frameshift drive would actually take us further, just saving us time. Yep, being in a hurry, you think it'll save you time, but actually, it's not always the case. Sometimes being prepared, you're better off. I already had my mind set on going mining though, so I wasn't really in the mood to go gather materials and see the exchanges. And if I wanted an experimental, we'd have to go and see Felicity in person. Well, here goes the last of our fuel. Yeah, here's what I mean about that 10-second rule. See this? Because yawing it has the least authority. Almost there.
4, 3, 2, 1,
And it takes all 5 seconds to yaw over to the target. That's my theory. They knew this ship had to be this slow. Oh well, it doesn't matter. We've got to get some fuel. Although we made it to our destination, basically. Oh no, it's an outpost. Well, that throws a monkey wrench into my plans. Might be calling the darn fuel rat. Hey, populated systems that have a good population, actually. These guys will have a big station. One more jump. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. Gotta get some fuel. Yeah, ideally on any ship that's doing a whole lot of traveling, you definitely want a fuel scoop, but in the case of this mining rig, I wanted to fill it up with all the ore I could, and a fuel scoop would take up that precious cargo capacity. Of course, given our requirement from Selene Jean, and what we've already done previously, I only really needed, for her anyway, to refine 425 tons of ore. In fact, for Selene Jean, she doesn't even care if you keep the ore or sell it. She just wants you to refine it. So theoretically, you could just fly into any old ring, mine 425 tons of crap that's not even worth selling, and eject it back into space. That's fine with her. But in my case, I want to buy a Fer de Lance. That's going to cost all kinds of money. Yeah, it wouldn't cost that much, honestly, except I want an awesome Fer de Lance with reactive armor. The reactive armor costs, I think, it was something like $150 million. Credits, I mean. That's on top of the $120 million that we paid for the ship and all the other modules. Yeah, it's not cheap. If I wanted to be cheap, I'd probably buy an Alliance Chieftain. It doesn't require any rank grind either. Not like the Federal Assault Ship, Dropship, and Gunship. Actually, now that I think about it, some of the engineers in the bubble are locked behind Federal rank, so we'll have to do that grind also. We haven't even learned about them. Yeah, we'll just have to start grinding our Federal rank. It's another option, besides getting into combat. But with all this money, I'll be able to afford the Fer de Lance of my dreams. So, it doesn't really matter. Just gotta pace the Let's Play. There was a little bit of combat in the previous video. This video is not gonna have any combat, hopefully. So, by that logic, I guess the next one should have combat. We'll make a bunch of money by selling all this painite. Selene Jean will want to see us. And finally, we can afford a Fer de Lance. So we'll have to fly our Fer de Lance to Selene Jean. At least once anyway, to get that experimental layered plating. Actually, she's good with hull reinforcements too. And we have one of those. Yep, we need experimentals. Fer de Lance has crappy jump range. Nothing you can really do about it. But hey, it's the ultimate killing machine. What do you want? If you wanted an effective killing machine that had good jump range, you pick the Anaconda. It won't jump very well when it's covered in reactive armor, but if you just needed to travel some of the time, you could leave your reactive armor at home. Anaconda can have the highest jump range of any ship, up to 84 light years. Of course, that's with the tiniest distributor not being able to boost. Wow, this place was far away. I couldn't slow down in time. Yep, we're going too fast. We're going really fast. Jeez, we're going fast. Are we on impact? I can't tell. Oof. I don't think there was a frame to see to figure out what the hell just happened. I saw we passed the body on it right. Just for a couple frames I saw it. Yeah, we were going really, really fast. Looks like one of these that's too darn close to the body it's orbiting, so it's going really fast.
Be aware, weapon fire restrictions are in place in this sector.
I didn't come here to shoot my guns. I need fuel. It's the ultimate mining machine. Get out of my way. I didn't come here to shoot. Heck, I don't even have any real weapons. Just mining lasers and stuff. I mean, I guess you could kill something with it. I guess. I don't know how effective it would be. I've never tried. I know theoretically they could do damage, but no, I've never even really been curious. Alright, there's our fuel. Ah, there it goes. Yep, it's in the bubble. Good source of painite. In your area. So, without a map, I'm forced to just fly around shooting random rocks. Well, not like it's anything new. This is the way it used to always be done. You're gonna let me leave, right? Yep, it's kind of maneuverable in a way. That is, if you can boost. In fact, that's what the Type 7 is actually good for. Not boosting. I mean, it has a good jump range, even when it's fully loaded. Of course, it doesn't have as high of capacity as a Type 9. Alright. This one right here, I think. Yeah, all these fleet carriers should tell you. There's something special about this place. I could look up and see if this is definitely the right one, but, well, it's obvious. Let's get over there and scan it. There's a few rings in this system. 4 of them, it looks like. Painite is found in metallic rings. They're the more brown-looking ones. That looks like an icy ring. These outer rings look to be metallic, and this one looks icy. Someplace for low temperature diamonds and void opals, but that's not what we're after. Theoretically, you could fill a Type 9 with void opals, but it would take forever. No thanks. When I chase void opals, I take more maneuverable ships, like the Clipper, or maybe my Phantom, something that can dance around and get a close look at all those rocks, finding the ones with the cracks. You have to be very close to spot the cracks. Well, of course it's a glass giant. Glass? Class 3. Some planet out here, but we don't care about it. Tell me about the painite. Alright, there's a lot of talk out here. Well, hey, if you're just mining random stuff, of course you're gonna be tired. Okay, apparently this wasn't the right planet. On to the next. How far is this? Not as far. I guess just for kicks, we'll scan them all. Although, I'm sure this one is. That's definitely an ice ring, right? Let me look at the planet. I can't. Really? That's only for landables. That is clearly an ice ring. We'll go straight to this one. I need money, man. I can't just mine anything. Yeah, after they screwed up the market for low temperature diamonds, it's basically just like mining painite. The same price and everything. Finding low temperature diamonds is pretty tough now. They really put the kibosh on that. Not like it really needed nerfing. In my opinion, there was nothing wrong with laser mining of low temperature diamonds. The only real problem was the fighter respawn exploit. That's what made subsurface deposits so good. Well, of course they had to fix that. But going crazy, destroying diamond mining, and even making tritium harder to find, that crossed the line, man. They didn't have to go that far. No, but I guess you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Yeah, the only ship with a cockpit like this that isn't the Type 9, it's the Asp Explorer. Well, and the Asp Scout. Why you'd ever fly an Asp Scout for any reason, though, is beyond me. They're not really good at anything. The Asp Explorer has the internal slots to actually make it useful. The only use I've really found for an Asp Scout is flying around in Super Cruise looking for high-grade emissions. The Asp Scout has one thing it's good at. That is, it's very maneuverable in Super Cruise. The star's slowing us down. Hope it's the one. Looks really metallic. Alright, let's see what we got here. What? I'm missing something. Ugh, gotta be that one. Yep, would have definitely saved some time by looking it up. Oh, wait. No, don't go. Planet 2. Oh, really? Ugh, it's that little one. That little tiny one that you'd never suspect, that little water world. As simple as it looks, you can't tell from here. It's actually got multiple rings, and one of them has the hotspot we're after. Or the two hotspots, actually. Highly massive bodies will slow you down. So if you see a star slowing you down, you can put it at the top of your radar, then it won't slow you down anymore. And as soon as the star starts getting behind you, you'll start speeding up. You can save some time in Super Cruise by strategically swerving around bodies to get directly to where you want to go. Sort of like in the tutorial when it said it was correcting to stay out of the gravity field. Yeah, it's true. It really makes a difference. So this is a moon. Somehow, this doesn't seem like it'd be the place. A water world? Really? How silly. But let's see what she's got. Nothing. But there's 2 rings, right? No, there's not. What? I guess let's scan the water world while we're here. And I'm sure I showed this off before, but basically, the way to scan a planet with a ring is to just get where you're not going to hit the ring. So essentially, get edge onto the ring. It's pretty tricky, but you can do it. In this case, we have this orbital line to help us out, but it's not super accurate. Okay, we're so close, we're in danger of hitting the ring. Better make a turn. That should do it. So now, there, and there. Oh, this is the moon of this or this? I'm so confused. Planet 2, Ring A. Planet 2, Ring A? Didn't we already scan that? This is Planet 2. No, this is Planet 2. This one right here. But we just scanned that and we didn't find anything. Whoa, rings. We found multiple rings. Ring A. Really? Ring A? As opposed to Ring B. Well, scan it, man. It doesn't work. Really? Scan the stupid thing. Are you kidding me? I don't see any. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Dope. We found him and I didn't even notice. Why didn't I notice? I don't know. Painite hotspots that overlap are over there. Let's reposition. Yep. This is why all these fleet carriers are here. No doubt. You're filling up with painite. Is this really the overlap? Well, if I could see the actual hotspot, that would be handy. But according to my... Nope. Gotta go over there. I think. There's a lot of painite hotspots. Doesn't seem to be the overlap. Okay. This painite hotspot is close to another painite hotspot. No, it's not. Where's this one? This one is over my head. Painite hotspot and platinum hotspot and painite hotspot. Crap, I don't know. I can't see the hotspots. They didn't show up. I'm going to try relogging. Yeah, normally the hotspots will show up as a glowing yellow color, but in my case they didn't. I don't have a message. What are you talking about? Alright, well, can we see them now? Now we can see them. Okay, the game is glitched. As usual. Some of these problems are very old. Wow, they're so colorful. Wow, they're really colorful. Okay, painite hotspot and platinum hotspot and platinum. I don't want platinum. I want painite. Where's the double painite? One of these is a double painite. That isn't touching anything. What are those two over there? They're very close together. Rhodoplumsite and serendibite. That doesn't help us. Painite and serendibite. Nope. Ugh. So if that's painite and they don't look like they're touching, this is not a very good overlap. Then maybe this area here is an overlap, but you can't tell until you get close. Well, whatever. It doesn't look like an overlap. Ugh. I gotta read more about this. Ugh, I don't think this is it. Yeah, Type 9 is so slow. With almost any other ship, we can fly around willy-nilly, checking these hotspots and seeing which one's which. But nowhere on here do we find 2 painite hotspots very close together, except maybe these 2. That one and that one. They're not close. That one and... I'm not seeing it. No. We'll just have to fly all the way around. Yeah, I haven't gone looking for painite since, well, a really long time. At some point, I used to mine painite, and then I switched to mining low-temperature diamonds. Then they re-rolled all the rings. All the hotspots changed, and I never went back. Here's an overlap of some kind. Serendibite, painite, and nothing. Of course. Okay, well, as often happens in this game, all the information you find out on forums and stuff is outdated. Probably these used to touch, but then they changed it and now they don't. Maybe just because they were touching, they turned it down. So I guess we'll just take a single painite. It won't be as good, it'll take more time, but considering the time it would take to find a double overlap, we're probably better off. let's just go for it. Finally, I wasted enough time looking for this thing. We'll just take a single painite hotspot. That's all we can get. Okay, well, before we start mining, it's really important to have some kind of reference. So in our case, we know where the hotspot is, but it's pretty close by. We might cover that much ground. So instead, we'll aim for the planet, or away from it. Oh, that planet? Really, I was looking for this planet. Yeah, this planet right here. This planet's behind us. What's that ship? Well, it doesn't matter. We don't have any ore, but there's a lot of ships here. So we gotta let them sniff us and check and make sure we don't have anything. Otherwise, they could come and see us when we did find something. But anyway, here's how you do it. Just shoot a prospector. And after you shot one prospector, since we have a multi-prospector controller, we can shoot another prospector. Then use the contacts panel to check our prospector and find nothing. So we see what's on the second one and shoot a third prospector, etc., etc. And in this fashion, we find how much material's in the rocks. And as long as I'm moving toward the planet, I know I haven't covered any of the same ground. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter what rock you shoot. Just shoot any old rock. And eventually, you'll find some good rocks. Of course, it takes a lot of prospectors, which I didn't really plan for. Here's a good one. So what you do, juice up your weapons capacitor, open the cargo scoop, get close enough, and ideally, mine from where the pole is. If you mine from the pole, all the fragments will shoot basically toward your cargo scoop. Otherwise, they'll go all over the place, and it'll take forever for the limpets to do their job. So once you're in range, yeah, juice up that weapons capacitor, and let them have it. Oh, those pirates scanned us. Hopefully they won't change their mind. You got a bazillion collector limpet controllers. Really? That's all the juice I got. Let's make sure we don't accidentally get these, well, if they're in the same thing, then I can't help it. Really, I just want painite. Yeah, and we'll take the materials too. So when you got limpets out and they're trying to get to you, the fastest way for them to get back is if you point your scoop directly at the things they're trying to pick up. So in this case, just like this, and as close as I dare to get, yep, and they'll fill her up. If you get really close, you might overload your refinery. We're refining gallite. I'm just gonna eject that. Gotta make sure my limpets don't accidentally pick it up too. We don't want gallite, so I'm gonna forbid it. And just like this, gonna fill up with painite. It's gonna take a long time since I don't have a map, and since I couldn't find a double hotspot, but it's as good as I can do. So I'll do the rest of this off screen. See you in a long time. Yeah, you know, we're partway through. I'm already getting pretty bored, but I gotta say, I much prefer looking for deep cores and void opals because it's more exciting, really, honestly. The only exciting part about looking for painite this way is that you don't know how much painite is in the next rock. And so I guess in a sort of gambly kind of way, you're kind of hoping the next rock is going to be one that has lots of painite. And usually it doesn't, but it could. They always do eventually. Eventually you'll find one with lots of painite. Sometimes, oh yeah, baby. Only painite. That was a hit. That made me feel good. All right. So it's like, gotta find the pole. The reason why you want to find the pole is because otherwise the thing is spinning like crazy and it just flings, it will catch on the fragments as they're coming out and it will fling them away. See, like right here, I've completely positioned myself into the worst place. Now the faster spinning ones are worse because they spin faster and they fling harder. But like, for example, this one's pretty calm, so it doesn't really matter. But if you get where the pole is, it's like there's not a lot of motion. So basically I can just nail this thing. And isn't it kind of silly all the fragments only come out from one of the contact points of one of the lasers? That seems kind of silly, but that's how it goes. And my distributor is not fully fixed up, so I run out of juice and start overheating. And then now the fragments come out of there. It'd be better if they all came out of the same place, because then the collector limpets would be able to go get them. And then I just pick them up eventually. How's our other one doing? Not good. That is a loss. See, the great thing about running maps is that every rock you shoot, you're going to mine. So it's super efficient with limpets. But when you're out here just shooting a bunch of rocks because you don't know what to shoot, then you can run out of limpets. But we'll see how we go. Just a progress update. Well, unless I'm mistaken, we only had 75 refined before we started, and now we've gotten past 425. So theoretically, that means... No, wait, that's a cargo capacity. Oh, but we're almost there. Once we have mined 425 tons of painite, then Selene Jean should know that we've refined 500 tons in total, which is what she asked for. So let's get those final things. Actually, I'm going to fill up all the way because, dude, I'm buying a Fer de Lance. It is super duper expensive. We have to buy reactive armor for 150 million credits. Oh my goodness. It's going to be so expensive. But yeah, I guess this is my progress report. We're actually finishing. I waited until we were almost done. Man, it's really repetitive doing this stuff. I gotta say, it's super repetitive. You just hit any old rock. And it turns out we did take a good number of limpets for this. So that was kind of lucky. I didn't know how many limpets to get. But you just hit the rocks. And you just say, hey, you got any painite? Nope. Okay. And you just shoot another rock and another rock and another rock, and you move in one direction so you don't accidentally turn back where you already been. Sometimes you use your contacts because you're not looking at the thing, but you just keep on moving. And I just need a couple more rocks. Maybe one, maybe two. Well, more than one, I'm sure. Two or three more rocks. Gotta find painite. Some of these rocks have painite. And what I learned, actually, I didn't know this. How did I not know this? I don't know. I guess I never really mind painite much. But basically, if you forbid certain materials, they'll still pick up the fragment, but basically it automatically ventilates that material, so you'll never end up with something you didn't want in your refinery or in your cargo hold. So that's really nice. So I've forbidden pretty much everything except for painite. So that's what I want. I want painite. Give me painite. See, you can look at all these rocks. I'll find any darn painite. Come on, man. There's a painite. You gotta be kidding me. There's some painite, not a lot of painite. I guess if I was doing more research, I would have found out exactly what changed the hotspots last, and then tried to find threads that said, hey, there's still a double hotspot after patch whatever. But here we go, finally. Yeah, and if I do use the Viper again, I guess basically I'm going to use railguns, because railguns are super OP. Or if I didn't use railguns, I'll use plasma. Really, plasma and railguns are the best weapons to use, because they basically ignore who's doing the shooting. They don't care what you're shooting at. They always do 100% of the damage, and that's why they're so good. Come on, Selene Jean, give me a phone call. We're gonna do it? Nope, we didn't do it. Okay, one more rock. Oh, what? It happened. It happened already. Hey, I would like to invite you to visit my facility and see how I may be of service to you. The location's bad to your galaxy map. She knows I have money. I hope she doesn't ask us to pay her. Okay, well, that's something we could do. Of course, once we sell this painite, we should have enough money to buy the Fer de Lance of my dreams. And I basically have blueprinted it all out, so I know exactly what I want to do. It's gonna have a bunch of railguns. It's gonna have a plasma launcher. Actually, I guess that's all it has, because it only has 5 hard points, 4 mediums, and 1 huge hard point for a plasma launcher. You can put anything you want up there. Yeah, that'll do. But basically with plasma, it's just going to be like every now and then when I get the chance, I can bip them with the plasma, and that'll do like 300 absolute damage or something crazy like that. So that's amazing. It's not something I expect to hit them with very often, but otherwise for a huge, I'm going to have so much heat from shooting the railguns. I basically need something nice and cool. Originally, I thought of using a huge multi-cannon with corrosive, and that would be pretty effective too. Yeah, the bigger a multi-cannon is, the lower the rate of fire. So basically, huge multi-cannons, even without high capacity, they can fire forever and ever and ever. It takes forever to run out of ammo. It's like something like 15 minutes of straight holding the fire button down before it runs out of ammo. Something crazy like that. Yeah, it looks like I could have taken a few more limpets, but we're gonna have plenty of money. That's okay if this didn't go perfectly. After all, it's not like I found a double hotspot. I didn't find one, even though I was sure I would find one by coming here. The times have changed. There's no double here anymore, it seems like. I mean, I looked at it pretty hard, and I wanted to find a double. I expected to find a double, but I didn't. I did not find a double here. In Hyades Sector Delta Bravo X-Ray Delta 1-112. No, I didn't. Yeah, if all you're looking for is a double hotspot, there's a lot of places you can go. Well, I don't know. There used to be anyway. But ideally, you want to mine close to the place where you're going to be selling. But these guys are still here, so maybe I just don't get it. And everyone stopped talking. Oh, I was gonna ask him, like, is the double still here? I just don't get it. It'd be pretty silly if I came out here looking for a double, not finding the double, and then everyone else knows about the double. I mean, I guess it's possible. I just didn't look at the right part of the ring, but it doesn't seem like it. I feel like I did everything I could. Yeah, this painite sells for like 700 grand per ton, so 400 times 0.7. It's a lot of money. I guess we'll make at least 250 million credits. That's all I need, really, for my FDL. But it's okay to have some extra, that's for sure. Anyway, this is how you mine. So if you ever need more money, go mining. You could also go looking for void opals. That's what I prefer to do, actually. I guess I said that already. Yeah, looking for void opals, it's kind of more exciting, in my opinion. time. You fly around in a fast ship, running your pulse wave analyzer, and any rocks that glow very vividly and brightly, you take a closer look at to find the cracks in the rock. Or you can just shoot a prospector and it'll tell you if it has cracks, but you don't have to. You can just look at it closely. You can see them. You can see them with night vision or with just the regular headlights. Since the core asteroids are all the same model, you'll learn where on the model that the cracks will be. So you can just go look in those spaces, and if there's a crack there, you'll find it. Or if there's no crack, you'll know there should be, and that it's actually not a core asteroid. Yeah, but I guess we're almost done here. Almost done.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Yeah, I guess depending on what the price is, I can decide to sell this, or since I actually own a fleet carrier too, I could just store it there and wait. But basically, if I was a new player and I needed money, I would just keep mining. In my case, I can siphon money from my main account using this painite, since I control the market on my fleet carrier, and it's got billions and billions of credits. So I can just give them a transfer to myself. So I was never really in danger of not affording it. Fer de Lance. But because we had that obligation to Selene Jean, we had to go mining. Yeah, I wonder if I can make it to my carrier. It's parked in Yoru. Oh god, that's far away. I can't make it there. Haha. Yoru. You know, this place is pretty popular. Where are we selling this? Yeah, it's good enough. Assuming we can make it. Oh, of course we can make it. Alright. Well, that's good enough. Let's get out of here. Let's try not to get interdicted. Not that I really can help it. Just gotta make it to the station. Can't set my filters when I'm ready to jump. Want to go to the station. Yeah, the longer you take in Super Cruise, the easier, more likely it is you're going to get interdicted. So that's why I wanted to be able to select it immediately. We're going to that planet over there. 49,000 light seconds. Oh my god, we are definitely going to get interdicted. That is so far away. Okay, and then there's this ship coming for us. It's a Cobra. It looks like it's coming for us. There's nothing I can do about it. Yep, we're close enough. It can get us, I'm sure. Yeah, with interdictors, the bigger module you have, the more range it has, and you can upgrade it. The interdictor I'm going to put on the Fer de Lance after it's done being engineered will have 15 seconds of chase time that I can still interdict other ships. Yeah, it's a killing machine. It doesn't have an SRV bay. Actually, no, I don't remember. I don't think it does. Fer de Lances are, they're great for killing. They don't have a lot of space, though, for different modules, but it's going to use plasma slug on the railguns to keep the heat down. So it has an extra fuel tank inside the body. It comes with a size 3 fuel tank. I'm putting a size 4 inside the internal slots. Bunch of ships traveling. No one pulled us over. Well, maybe we'll get off scot-free. Who knows? Yeah, if you're going to be interdicted, like I said, and you're going to fail, just submit, and then you can boost away. We have a bit of a shield. Let's see. Theoretically, 173 shields. If we were getting hit by lasers or whatever, they'd probably only do about, maybe like 30 DPS. So, 30, 60, 90. Yeah, we could expect our shield to last about 5 or 6 seconds. We get away. No problem. If you were really scared of getting interdicted, you could put armor on your ship and use a bigger shield. But I just put a basic shield. I wasn't gonna sacrifice cargo space or anything, so we put this 5A shield in here. Didn't even engineer it. Yeah, if I ever need money for anything, I'll just siphon it from myself. If I needed money for the first time, of course I'd be mining. But I've already done all that mining. I already made all that money. So I can just transfer it back and forth. Yeah, I can buy any ship I want, really. The Fer de Lance will be really good for killing, though. I don't really need anything else. Well, I don't know. When we're gaining ranks with the Federation, they have some pretty sweet ships, too. Yeah, I'm not that excited about getting a Clipper or a Cutter, really. Or a Courier with the Empire. They're just not that versatile. Of course, if I was doing more mining, the Cutter would be a good ship for it. But the Federal Assault Ship, Federal Dropship, and Federal Gunship are all great ships. The Federal Gunship in particular. Oh, don't forget the Corvette. Yeah, the Corvette is beastly. It can have a ton of shields and hull strength, and the most firepower on one ship you can ever have. And the gunship almost matches it, even though it's only a medium. Not for strength, but for firepower, definitely. Looks like it's behind the body. We might crash. Let's see. Impact. Whoa. That was close. Yep, you gotta be ready. When I saw where the door was pointing on the station, I knew that we might have an impact. So I was ready for that. If it had taken me by surprise, there's probably no way I would have reacted in time, but I was watching out. So now let's get in there. And we're safe. You know what? I could have ditched these limpets. I think I'll get a littering ticket now if I try it though. You can destroy them once you're on the dock, but once I'm on the dock, I can sell them. There we go. I want to sell painite. Oh boy, that's nice. Let's do it. Well, oh yeah, we're a tycoon. Nice. Bling. So we haven't made trade elite yet, but that's okay. No one requires it. It's just a personal goal. But we've gotten our invitation from Selene Jean. So, oh what? She wants 10 units of painite. Damn it. Hey, commodity market, can I buy back something that just sold accidentally? No, I can't. You can do that in outfitting. Ah, what a pain in the butt. I should have looked at that first. Well, I guess we'll stop in at some ring somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be heading back to Shinrarta to pick up my Fer de Lance. Yeah, I guess I'll pick up 10 tons of painite on the way to Shinrarta, and then I'll transfer the 10 tons of painite to the cargo bay of the Fer de Lance? It doesn't have a cargo bay. Ugh, but it can. It can have a 4E cargo bay if I just skip the interdictor. Yeah, all right. We'll head back to our usual parking or mining spot. Does the map remember where I was? No. Well, why not? I don't remember where it was. You know, I just want to... It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where Okay, I just need the painite. I'm not gonna sell it. Really? Oh, here it is. Oh, you know what? I forgot. You know it. Limpets. Of course, if I only need 10, yeah, well, who knows? You see, I'd gotten permission to leave, but I didn't do it. And I'm back here. Alright, take me up. But please, sell me some darn limpets. I won't need very many. Okay, this time's for real. I'm on a different pad. Ring A. Ring A is the first ring closest to the planet. But by saying Ring A, it's like saying there's more than one ring. Well, anyway, you know my plan, so I'll just cut this part until we get to the fun part, putting together our Fer de Lance. See you there. Oh, hell, there is an overlap here, you see? Painite, duh. Why I couldn't find it the first time, I don't know. But if you're yelling at me, well, here you go. Too bad I didn't bring many limpets. I just need 10 tons. Or was it 5 tons? A few tons. 10 tons of painite, I think. Well, that should be easy. I'll just shoot any old rock and get it. Just gotta let this pirate sniff me first. And it is a pirate, right? No. Some NPC. A lawless NPC. Type 6 isn't very tough, but I don't have any weapons, really. Oh, but there's one behind me. Who's that? Looks like a diamondback or something. Yeah, it is a diamondback. What are you, in silent running? No, but they're mining. Oh, that's fine. Mining in a DBX, you're not gonna hold very much. Well, anyway, you know what happens here. So, like I said before, I'll meet you back at Shinrarta, building the Fer de Lance. Oh yeah, they're still mad at me. Of course. They're mad at me. They're mad at me because I tried to leave while a Type 9 was coming in. And I tried to get out of its way. But apparently I should have just barreled forward and crashed into it. But it didn't give me the right of way. What else was I supposed to do? He was coming in. It was scary, man. It was a Type 9. Yeah, no shit. Anyway, I got the 10 tons of painite. Yeah, it was easy in the overlap. There was painite all over the place. But we're gonna hang on to it and bring it to Selene Jean. Whoa, hey, too far. We gotta pay our fine. Our fine that we certainly deserved. Yeah, of course. It's a racket, you losers. Anyway, Shinrarta Desra, Jameson Memorial sells every ship under the sun, including the Fer de Lance. Want a Fer de Lance? No problem. Yep, and we gotta keep this one. If we want to be killing, we need something like a Fer de Lance. Alright, finally, my own Fer de Lance. It's a looker too. Very fancy. Comes in a default color scheme of red and white. It's not bad at all. Cockpit's in a logical location, placed basically on top of the thing, and overall, they're very sleek, and they have these really cool thrusters in the back. You can also get the Mamba. It's basically the same thing with sort of different body style. They're not as agile though. Agility is the main thing aside from the firepower and the incredibly powerful shields that makes Fer de Lance so good. But anyway, let's get it equipped. Obviously it has cargo rack, otherwise we couldn't have gotten in the ship. Okay, as long as we have that, we can get rid of this. I don't want this crappy shield. Alright, we want a bi-weave shield. I haven't made something like this, have I? No, I haven't. The biggest bi-weave shield we can get. Secondly, our shield cell bank. The big one, of course. To save on power, one of the things you can change is your shield cell bank. A-rated shield cell banks take a lot of juice. Oh, actually, our cargo rack is replacing our fuel tank. That's where the fuel tank will go. In the 2 slot, I opted for an interdictor unit, but we could also have an SRV. As far as I know, we'll just be doing combat with this thing. Although theoretically, we could be asked to do some assassinations. If that's the case, we'll definitely want an interdictor. And we have enough power to do a 2A. That's another thing you can change to save energy. Interdictors take a lot of juice. And in the 1 slot, we definitely need at least 1 hull reinforcement. It'll round out our resistances of our armor. Although Fer de Lance is a shield tank, ideally, we'll never get shot in the armor. But it could happen. Got to be prepared for the worst. Fer de Lance has a ton of utility slots. 6 of them, actually. And in my case, I'm going to fill it up with boosters. Except for 1, ECM. Why ECM? Well, I'm not afraid of hatchbreaker limpets or anything. If I was, I'd have to get a point defense. And although point defense can shoot down missiles, an ECM is even better. As soon as I see the lock-on notification, I can just trigger the ECM and lose that lock. At least I think I can. I've never actually used it before. Should work. Yeah, it doesn't matter where your utility slots are, really. Unless you're getting shot. That's what it really changes. If I was afraid of getting shot on the bottom, yeah, I put stuff there. Getting shot on the top, I put it here. Realistically, I don't really know where I'll get shot the most. Probably in the front. Oh, and our hard points. Don't want these lasers. Here's my crazy idea. For our huge hard point, we'll get a gigantic plasma accelerator. It practically touches... Oh, it goes through the floor. Yep. And then for the other 4 slots, we'll take these standard railguns. I did some research and I found out hammers aren't really better than railguns. At least not in terms of heat. They do more DPS though. They do more damage faster. But for repeated firing and actual practical use of railguns, nothing beats the size 2 medium. The size 1 is good too, only it's slightly less efficient in terms of heat. I didn't check in terms of energy use, but heat seems to be the main problem with these railguns. Yeah, so all that's left is to engineer the heck out of it. Oh wait, is this the right internal modules? Of course not, we didn't change anything. I need a 6A power plant, 5A thrusters, a 4A FSD, 4D life support. Realistically, you don't get shot by NPCs in the internal modules. If you did, you'd probably want a stronger life support. Biggest darn power distributor we can get, and the lightest sensors we can get. And the big one, reactive surface composite armor for 106 million credits. Should we hang on to our stalker? Yeah, of course we should. It's free. Costs literally nothing. See, 0 credits. It's not free to buy it though. You just don't get paid for it. At least I think that's true. Well, anyway, we gotta do all the engineering to this thing. But that's boring. Let's just take it out and fly it around. Getting out of that Type 9, anything would seem nimble. But this thing really is. Whee! Yeah, it's not very fast yet, but... you know, you get the idea. It'll be deadly in a fight. But with this agility. Yep, it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I have to do all that engineering. But that's all for now. Next time we'll go and see Selene Jean with her tuned up Fer de Lance. So, if you've been watching, thanks. And I'll see you on the next one. 07 Commanders, bye bye. Whee!